Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I am your host, DesertFox. Today, this is episode 48 of the Rustbelt series project, and we're getting to the end here, guys. I just wanted to point out we're getting down here to the nitty gritty. We're sitting right outside where we ended off last episode of Fort Wayne, and we put that Fort Wayne passenger line in here last time, and finally got them hooked up with some passenger service. And then when I was sitting here doing is I was kind of paying attention to like the rest of the freight layout over here, and I was looking at it, and I know like this is a ginormous disaster. Like this whole thing right here, I had such good ambition and thought processes going into it that I think I accidentally murdered the whole damn thing, inadvertently. So in doing so, now if I want to use the stations, here, let me see something here. Manage the line. So this is Fort Wayne. So which ones? So just to show you, I have a train on track 7. I don't have anything on. I have one on 1, 2, 7, and 8. And it means 3, 4, 5, and 6, which are here. These two right here and these two right here. So if I block out, it's these two light-colored ones. The only two that are technically accessible to the rail line is 5 and 6, and that's where we're gonna start off. I decided like today we're gonna start the building into our last section of our layout, and which is hooking up the East Coast freight. I guess the freight end of stuff to the freight end of things to. Well. One second. Let me get to this section done. Get the freight hooked up to further up the further across the map. So as of right now, as you can see, I'm going to be just kind of trying to thicken out the lines from this station heading out this way because I want to use this set of platforms. And so in this episode, we're gonna get that line slowly started. So we want these two external lines right here. We want these two, and we're just gonna bring them out to here and make sure they're straight. And that is straight to my eyes. And nope, right there. And what this is gonna be is gonna just basically be a ginormous freight train. I don't know how big yet, but it'll go from our Fort Wayne depot, and it's going to head east. And here's kind of my plan. We're going to head east. We're going to follow the passenger main line. Probably, we might make a stop here. We might stop here at Columbus, or Cleveland, I mean, just because it would make sense to put a freight station right here. And pretty much the rest of the series is just going to be about hooking up freight and freight lines. And first thing I want to do is make a massive freight line that goes from our central hub here in Fort Wayne. That kind of starts to cover some more of the things on the East Coast that haven't been hit yet. Pittsburgh hasn't been hooked up yet. Erie, Buffalo, Toronto, all of that. I would like to do one line for this where it goes from Fort Wayne, hits Cleveland, and then I would like to do it where it would fork, almost like right here. And we could put a freight station somewhere in here for Cleveland, and then we'll just snake it down the backside here of like the lake. And then we can convert this into, we can add a station platform somewhere in here so we could then keep going. I would like to basically put a rail line on the outside of Buffalo and the inside, because I don't want to interfere with the construction of the S-bend we have here, because this is a really, really flowy. It's almost like a racetrack. It's really hard to explain. There's two like S-bends here, set of S's I like to call it. So you have this freight one here that comes from here. It comes down the mountainside, and that's really pretty, really fast, flowy. And then you have this high-speed line over here, coming from Montreal to Toronto, and then from Toronto to, I think that's Cleveland. And with doing that, it comes around and snakes and snakes and snakes. And all of this stuff over here definitely is going to need freight. I keep wanting to say fruit, but it's freight. And the main idea I have is putting a station somewhere somewhere between Cleveland and Toledo. So both of them will get the nod. And then after they get the nod, we fork one line to the right, which will head towards like Pittsburgh, Bristol, and it'll start like it'll almost curl around down to the south side of the map and start covering like the line. Like it'll diversify. We'll diversify from there. But the core idea is just to get the tracks to just to about right here. And I'm going to start with the elimination of this road. And I don't know how many more episodes we're going to have left. I know what I have left as of right now of me telling you all of this. We're putting it at, I don't know, maybe 5. Next week should probably be the end of the series. I would imagine. There, we'll put it in on a slant. No, we want it to be kind of like that. Yeah. Pretty much like a fork in the road. Shift. Wait, is it the shift? No. Is it enter? Or is it no? Yeah, there it is. There. We could just put it kind of over here. A little bit further up. I can delete some of this stuff as it needs to come out. Alright, now. And now in doing so, we will need to now put a new road in. We'll just go get the big ass 6-lane road and call it good. No, we don't want that. Nope, don't want that. And primarily my reasoning for not necessarily just doing a live stream and just ending off the series itself is kind of twofold. I didn't really want to end the series like that with a live stream. I might still, just because I think that'd be interesting. I've never ended it with a YouTube live stream. I've never actually gotten to that far into a project and needed to end it using a live stream. But I know that the project's coming to an end, and I don't want to waste an opportunity for you folks. So if you guys would like to see a live stream to end the project, please let me know down below in the comments, and I will hook something up for you guys. I'll set something up where like the last what would become the last 3 or 4 episodes then will just be live streamed. You know, like the last 2 hours for this map I could set aside a Friday night or something, Friday evening, and just play for 2 hours, just finishing the map out, you know, riding trains and stuff. Or even if that's something we wanted to do after the map was done, like I go, all right, this is the last episode of building the Rustbelt project, but then we'll do one live stream of riding the stuff. You know, we can always do something like that. I'm never against anything like that. So, I now think I have a slightly... Ooh. Okay. Now I may have just came up with something a little more ingenious. I'm going to effectively now use 4 tracks to make 2 train lines out there, but then they'll condense in here at the stations into 2. That screams perfect. Now I just got to get this should be what I want for that, right? And this should be what I want for that. Okay. Boom. 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 Then up here, we will go boom and boom. Yes and yes. And then we'll get out here a little bit further. So it's pretty much what I did in Chicago when we were building up Chicago. But just a little bit more complicated because of the way the freight lines are kind of set up. But we just now, we pretty much just effectively set up a double up and down line system. And from here, alright, Cat, if you mess with my stuff. There we go, and we'll put that there. And we'll add, yeah, wow, that got really complicated really quickly. Holy shit. That's a clusterfuck right there. That's okay though. That's what these things are for. Yeah, but today we to wrap this up, pretty much just to spill the rest of the idea out to you. The rest of the series is just going to be building, I guess, just building freight lines. You know, there's not a whole lot left in this project, and I'm I don't want to see it go. I don't. I love this project. This is definitely one of my favorite projects so far. I mean, I've only done technically 2. The German project I felt was good, but I can definitely go back and do a different German series later once I'm definitely a little bit better, once we definitely have a little more traction, and I know what I want to do. That was just more or less just starting, you know, a project to restart me as a just to get me back into the loop of doing this kind of stuff, because I am not perfect. Alright, and we're gonna get us all the way over here. Cool, and I think we're gonna do this in a couple different sections. And what I mean by that is, so we're gonna do one of, like, this is gonna be pretty much the switching point. Like, at this station we're gonna go 1 of 2 directions, and that's it. And we're only gonna work in that one direction until we are completely done with that side. So if we go the Erie route to go around the lake, that will be a little more time consuming. It'll probably be shit, we could probably stretch that to be a whole week of episodes if I really wanted to. Honestly, I'm now sitting here thinking about it. I think that the Erie plan is a little bit more concrete as of right now than any other plan I kind of had on the docket. It's the closest one to being ready. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the episode off here in a few minutes. But I think, yeah, because now let's go back to the roads. Get a bigger road. You know what? I'm gonna just fling these rails in, because I don't have to worry about the rails anymore. We'll just do the concrete bridge. Yeah, we're just gonna do that and kind of hover on the lower side of it. Is there any way I can get the road to go underneath it? Just snake. Yeah. Oh. That might look a little hideous. But I will certainly take it. Can I upgrade this? Yes, I can. Sweet. Cool. Alright, so Cleveland is technically hooked up. Cleveland and Toledo are hooked up for freight. So technically speaking, I could put, let's just finish that off with putting these in real quick. We're gonna put 2 big ass platforms on each side, and we're just gonna do this. Boom. And hello, glorious autosave. With the autosave, we drink. I'm drinking a big kahuna from our neighborhood family-friendly Family Express. It's not a sponsor. Just felt like sharing that. It's not a sponsor. Just felt like sharing. And then we'll just draw the little road. Yes. And then we'll go in here. And we'll do a street connection. Yes. And then we'll just go like this. Yes. Now, with the truck stops now in Toledo. 1 second. Ew, excuse me. There's a couple different ways I can do this. Alright, we'll put one over here. And kind of service this side. And we'll just put one over here and have it service that side. And then maybe put one in the middle, like right here. Cool. And then it'll kind of go like something like this. Boom. Or if we want, we could do... Yeah, I can make that work. And then we'll just call the Toledo Trucks line 1. And then I guess I can just do it like this. Boom. I don't know. No. You can't do that. Can't do that. But yeah, we'll leave one line, and we'll put the one line there. At least now we know that the line will activate. We know it will. So we should be off to a good start here. And whatever we do next will just be next. And right, scroll down to the bottom. And get 6 trucks. 6 trucks seems like enough. And then we'll go and grab them. And then we'll put them on the Toledo line. Look at all these damn truck lines. Trucks and bus lines. Boom. Alrighty. And that will probably end it off here for this one, guys. Yeah. The next one, I guess we'll continue up the river, or up the lakeside, and we'll try to fight it a little bit more. But until next time, guys, I have been your host, DesertFox. This has been a great one to sit here and hang out with you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you guys have enjoyed it, please remember to throw it a like on the video. Every like helps the algorithm. We fight the YouTube algorithm, and it helps smaller channels like me get noticed. And I really, really appreciate anyone that throws a like on the video, because it really works. When people people I work with search me, or friends search me now, search the channel. Now we're popping up now on the top channel, on the front pages for these kind of games, guys, and I can't appreciate it enough. Please smash the shit out of that like button for all that is holy. Just smash the shit out of it. I beg of you. Not really. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys stay safe out there. I've been your host, DesertFox. Later, guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.